In case you're curious where we get the BPS numbers to represent each of the four inversion types in four seventh chords, it's taken from figured bass, which we talked about in the triads video. And so we use those same numbers. And again, we're taking a look at these numbers in close position, but we can use these BPS numbers whether it's in open or close position. It's, again, BPS stands for bass position symbols, which emphasizes the importance of the bass note of each chord. So it doesn't matter if it's in close position or if it's in open position. So if we were to rewrite this in open position, it might look something like this. Okay, so it's the same four notes, but we would still use 7 to represent this root position seventh chord, and we can do the same thing for each one of these. And it doesn't always have to look the same exact. Okay, these are both, you'd use 6/5 for this and for this, as long as you'll notice the third is the bass note in both cases, and the root is the bass note in both cases. This is a root position seventh, and this is a first inversion seventh, and we can do the same thing if we created examples for second inversion and third inversion. Now, the way we derive them, let's go back to making these whole notes. We derive the numbers again from from close position chords, and we're just looking at the intervals from the root of each chord. So the long version of writing that seventh chord is actually 7/5/3, and that's from the root. It's a third and a fifth and a seventh. So we're just deriving the intervals between each of the notes with respect to the root in root position. In first inversion, we're deriving. Let's look at the rest of this. This is actually going to have it's 6/5/3. So we have a third, and then we have a fifth, and then we have a sixth. So that's where we get 6/5/3. Probably guess that this is going to be, oops, this is actually done this way. We have a third, and then we have a fourth, and then we have a sixth off of that bass note. And then finally this one, 6/4/2. When you write it fully, we have a second, and then we have a fourth, and then we have another sixth. Okay, so that's where we derive these numbers, and again, more commonly we use the shorthand, so 4/2, 4/3, 6/5, and just 7, just for simplicity's sake, really more than anything else. So that's where we derive all those numbers, and again, can't emphasize this enough, since this is BPS, bass position symbol, so these numbers are representing what the bass note is in each case, more than what it looks like if we were to draw it in close position. So these will apply in both close position and any open position chord.